Hi everyone, my name is Justin. I'm a guitar teacher and I've been preparing students for the RGT electric and acoustic guitar exams. And over the years, I've come up with a few strategies to help you learn certain parts of the exam in a more efficient manner. Today we're going to talk about scales and we're going to focus on grades 1 to 4 for the acoustic guitar exams. Namely because I have a nice method where we make use of because in grades 1 to 4 we use the open string scales. And I've come up with a nice method that will really help you to learn the scales much faster and to help you really understand the scales. In this lesson, this is what we'll focus on: learning the open string scales in first position in a more efficient way. At the same time, you will learn a bit of theory, and I think the third, and you'll be able to play the scales better with more understanding, which is what I think ultimately you want to work towards. The fourth reason why this method really works very well is because when you take exams, you get nervous, and there's always this fear that you will blank out when the examiner asks you to play a certain scale. Well, if that ever happens, this method will help you to recover really fast, and you will be able to even if you have to come up the scale on the spot and lose some marks based on smoothness of playing, at least you will not blank out and not play the scale. You will be able to get some marks anyway. So how does this work? We're going to do this in a few steps. Step 1 is to learn all the natural notes of the first position of the open string position scales, from the lowest note, which is E, and in this case our highest note, which will be A. So it's kind of like learning all the white keys of the piano. We're learning all the natural notes. And what do I mean by natural notes is really the notes that are not sharp or flat. That means, a C major scale, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Only this time we're starting from the E note. So there'll be a diagram showing you the notes, but let's go through it very quickly. So there's E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and A. So this is the only time in this video where I'd like you to pause now, and I want you to memorize those few notes, where the notes are located. You can follow the diagram I've given, and really you just need 3 minutes to memorize these shapes. Just play it up and down. Okay, so stop the video if you need to, pause the video, come back when you feel that you're more comfortable with the notes. Now let's take a scale from grade 3 instead. So in grade 3, what the scales you need to learn is the G major scale. Right? And if you read up on your theory, the G major scale has all natural notes except the F sharp note. So what we're going to do now is we look down at our fretboard and we identify where all the F's are. So there's F here and there's an F here, right? So in the exam as well, you need to play from the lowest note of that scale, which is G, to the highest note. So the next step we'll do is to play all the natural notes from G to G. And I know what you're going to say, it is the wrong scale, but bear with me for a while. So let's try it. G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And if you go backwards, it'll be the same order. So just hopefully by now, just by looking at the fretboard, you know where all the natural notes from this note G to this G is. Then the last step we're going to do is to change all the F's to F sharps. So let's identify that. So F on the 4th string 3rd fret, we're going to, instead of playing it on the 4th string 3rd fret, we're going to move 1 fret to the right. That's where our first F sharp is. Right? And the second F sharp on the way up to G is the 1st string 2nd fret. Okay, so now we're going to play the scale, but instead of playing F natural, we're going to play F sharp. So we're just altering one scale, and as you look down, you can go as slow as you want, because you need to go slow at the beginning, just make sure you play F sharps instead of F. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. So if you know which note to change, then you don't really need to look at the book anymore even. You don't need to even memorize in a way, because right now you know how to play the G major scale on your own. You're making it up. And that's where if you blank out in an exam, if you know that, okay, if your theory is solid, you know that G major is all natural notes except for F sharp, you're able to play that. Let's take another scale in grade 3. Since it covers all the strings, we're going to play one of the scales you're being tested on is the A Mixolydian scale. Now in A, this is a bit trickier because in A Mixolydian, you will learn that you have two sharps. You have F sharp and C sharp. Okay, so before we do that, just know that you need to play from this open A string all the way up to this high A string. Okay, so first step, let's identify all the natural notes first. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. Alright, so that's our first step. The second step is to change all your C sharps, your C's into C sharps. So here's one C sharp from this C, move up one fret, C sharp, and then we have one more C sharp here, which is on the second fret, second string, moving up from this here. Okay, the next step is to change all the F's to F sharp, just like what we did for the G major scale. So we've identified it as the 4th string 4th fret, 1st string 2nd fret. Now for our final step, let's play from A to A all the natural notes, but with F sharps and C sharps. So A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G, and A. What I want to say is, what this lesson isn't about is that it's not to show you how to play the scales very fast. We'll reserve that for another lesson. This is just all about learning your scales very, very well in the shortest amount of time possible, so that you don't spend too much time trying to memorize the scales and then you neglect the rest of the book. Let's take one more scale. Let's take a simple one. Let's take D major, which is the 1 octave scale you need to learn in acoustic guitar grade 1. So again, we identify from D to D. Alright, and then we play all the natural notes first. So D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D. Now, and as you know, D major needs to have two sharps. You need C sharp, and you need to have F sharp, which is the same notes as A Mixolydian anyway. And you know this, so let's try it anyway. Let's change it. So D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. Alright, so there you have it. I want you to try this with the other scales you need to learn depending on what grade you're going for. I'll say the steps again. Step 1, identify all the natural notes in your first position from this E to this A. And then when you pick a scale, let's say you need to learn a scale like A Mixolydian, or let's say G major. Just remember that you need to play it from this low G to this high G, and play all the natural notes first if you need to. So G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then change all the notes you need to change to make it that scale. So in the case of G major, you need F sharp. Now this time, play the scale with the alteration. So when you look down, you'll be able to see all the white keys, and then you just need to convert some of the white keys into the black keys. Alright, that's it for this lesson. I just want to say that what this lesson will help you with is to learn the scales really very well. It is not meant to help you learn how to play the scales up to speed. We'll try and save that for another lesson altogether. So if you have any questions, depending on if you have any questions, let's see if any questions related to the RGT guitar, electric or acoustic guitar exams, you can always email me. If it's guitar related, you can also email me as well. I'll be happy to hear from you. So see you in another video.